Calgary is facing a challenge that touches every street, every pipeline, and every bus ride in the city. Its infrastructure is aging fast, and the population keeps growing. Experts warn that over the next decade, the city could need a staggering $49 billion just to keep up, with transit, roads, and public facilities all demanding urgent attention. Now the big question is, how can the city tackle such a massive cost without overwhelming taxpayers? And what plans are in place to make sure these investments actually pay off? As we break down the numbers, the strategies, and what it means for residents today, you'll see just how complex and critical this issue really is. What do you think this means for the future of Calgary's neighborhoods and daily life? Share your thoughts below. Stay with me, because the plan the city is proposing could change how we all move, live, and grow over the next 10 years. Calgary is at a crossroads. From the roads we drive on to the pipelines and public transit that move people and goods every day, the city's infrastructure is showing its age. And as the population continues to grow, the pressure on these systems is mounting. It's a challenge that affects every resident, every business, and every visitor. Experts warn the consequences of inaction could be felt for decades to come. The question isn't just what needs to be fixed today, it's also about how the city will plan for a future that looks very different from the one it was built for. A recent report paints a striking picture of what lies ahead. Calgary could require as much as $49 billion over the next 10 years to maintain, repair, and expand its infrastructure. That's a number that's almost impossible to comprehend at first glance. Yet it reflects the realities of a city growing faster than its systems can keep up with. Transit infrastructure alone accounts for about $10 billion of that estimate. This highlights the increasing demand for efficient and reliable public transportation. Roads, pathways, and city facilities also require significant investment. Each piece of infrastructure is essential for keeping the city functioning safely and effectively. It's easy to look at those numbers and feel overwhelmed, but city officials emphasize that tackling this challenge doesn't mean doing everything at once. There's a carefully sequenced plan in place, a long-term roadmap that prioritizes the most urgent needs first, while phasing in projects over the coming decade. That means maintenance work on aging assets, upgrades to accommodate new growth, and improvements to public transit systems can all be approached in a strategic, manageable way. The city isn't facing a crisis that needs to be solved overnight, but it is facing a problem that will only grow if it isn't addressed methodically. One of the most striking aspects of this plan is the attention paid to maintenance. $17 billion are projected to go specifically toward upkeep and repairs. This ensures that existing infrastructure remains safe and operational. Experts note that focusing on maintenance is just as important, if not more so, than investing in new projects. Cracked roads, aging pipelines, and outdated facilities aren't just inconvenient. They carry real risks to public safety and efficiency. By allocating funds for upkeep now, the city can prevent larger, costlier problems in the future and make sure that investments in new infrastructure yield maximum benefit. Of course, funding a $49 billion plan is no small task. City administrators have proposed a capital budget of $5 billion per year to address both growth and maintenance needs. But where will this money come from? Officials are clear, this won't be entirely funded by property taxes alone. Collaboration with provincial and federal governments will play a key role. Alternative funding models are also being explored to ensure that taxpayers aren't overburdened. The reality is that large-scale infrastructure investment requires coordination across all levels of government, and Calgary is no exception. By working together, planners hope to balance fiscal responsibility with the urgent need to maintain and improve the city's systems. The political perspective is also a critical piece of the puzzle. Calgary's mayor and city council have emphasized the need for public accountability and transparency as these investments move forward. With 13% of the city's assets currently classified as in poor or very poor condition, the council is tasked with not only only prioritizing spending, but also making the case to residents that these investments are worthwhile. Return on investment isn't measured purely in financial terms. It's also reflected in improved mobility, public safety, and quality of life. By communicating openly with citizens, the city aims to build trust and ensure that the community understands the rationale behind these decisions. For residents, the implications are significant. Every construction project, every new transit line, and every repair has a direct impact on daily life. Commuters may see improvements in travel time and reliability, while families benefit from safer streets and public spaces. Businesses gain from more efficient infrastructure that supports commerce and growth. And while the upfront costs may seem daunting, the long-term benefits are designed to pay off in ways that affect everyone, creating a city that is more resilient, more efficient, and better prepared for the future. It's also worth noting that Calgary's challenges aren't unique. Cities across Canada and around the world are facing similar pressures as populations grow and infrastructure ages. What makes Calgary's situation particularly pressing is the combination of rapid expansion and a network of aging systems that require both repair and modernization. Learning from other urban centers, leveraging technology, and applying lessons from successful infrastructure programs elsewhere can help guide the city towards solutions that are both effective and sustainable. As the city moves forward, communication with the public will be key. Transparency around costs, timelines, and project priorities helps residents understand why certain decisions are made and how their tax dollars are being used. It also provides an opportunity for citizens to engage with the planning process, offer feedback, and contribute to discussions about what matters most in their neighborhoods. By involving the community, the city can make infrastructure planning a collaborative process rather than a top-down imposition. Looking ahead, the next 10 years will be critical. Budget talks in November and ongoing discussions with provincial and federal partners will determine the specifics of funding, sequencing, and project execution. The stakes are high, but the opportunity to shape the city's future is equally significant. Every decision made now has the potential to affect residents' daily lives, the efficiency of transportation networks, the reliability of utilities, and the overall quality of public spaces for decades to come. For viewers following Calgary's developments, the story is both complex and deeply personal. It's about more than dollars and cents. It's about the streets we walk on, the buses we ride, and the pipelines that keep our city running. It's about ensuring that the growth we're experiencing today doesn't come at the expense of safety, efficiency, or long-term planning. And as city officials, experts, and residents all weigh in, it becomes clear that thoughtful, well-communicated strategies are essential to meeting this challenge. So as Calgary looks toward its 10-year infrastructure roadmap, it's worth reflecting on what responsible planning can achieve. With careful sequencing, investment in maintenance, strategic funding partnerships, and transparent political leadership, the city has the tools it needs to navigate this complex challenge. The decisions made now will set the tone for growth, safety, and quality of life for decades to come. What do you think this means for Calgary's neighborhoods, your daily commute, and the city's future? Share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below. Your input matters as the city charts its path forward. Stay with us, because the coming months will reveal how these plans take shape. What funding decisions will be made, and how every resident will experience the results of this massive decade-long effort.